Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to learn a poem by Anil Gharai. The poem's title is Agony. Now, what is meant by agony? Agony means a kind of pain, sadness, etc. Now, here we are going to study the poem by Anil Gharai. Now, regarding Anil Gharai, you can see Anil Gharai is a poet who was born in 1957. He lived till 2013 and he is a Bengali writer from the state of West Bengal in India. He is perhaps the most prolific and versatile Dalit writer of the contemporary Bangla literature. Okay. He was born on 1st November 1957 in Rukminipur village near Egra in what is now Purba Medinipur district. His first short story was published in the year 1990 in Desha Patrika. Okay, he was an author of 74 books. Now, when I read your textbook, you can open your textbook and you can see Garai fearlessly manifests the angst of the marginalized and the downtrodden through his works. His writings are mainly focused on the marginalized people or the people who are always alienated from the society. Now, since he is a Dalit writer, he focuses mainly on the marginalized people. Okay, now you can see that this particular poem, Agony, it is a translation of Garai's Bengali poem. He is a Bengali writer, and therefore, this Agony is a translation of his Bengali poem, which is Agunburi. Okay, Agunburi by Indranil Acharya. That's the person who translated it. And he plunges to the depths of the woes undergone by the Dalit community. He deals with the woes or sadness of the Dalit community during the time. Now, this particular poem, it says about the tale of an old, desolate Dalit woman striving for her basic amenities of food, water, and shelter. This poem is particularly about a lady who tells her woes or her sadness on getting her basic amenities. What are the basic necessities of a human being? It is food, water, and shelter. Now, this poem is particularly focused upon a lady from the Dalit community who strives for her basic amenities of food, water, and shelter. The woman with her blurred BPL card becomes a representation of the many depraved souls among the marginalized communities for whom the tricolor stings like a venomous asp. These are the lines from the poem. The quagmire of racial bigotry can say that there is always a class division in the Indian society. The upper class is always looking down towards the lower class, as well as the Brahmins are always keeping the Dalits away. So you can see there is a class division from regarding the Kshatriyas, Shudras, Vaishnavas, etc. All these class divisions, as well as the kind of aversion that the people have for the Dalit community. This has been focused in this particular poem. Now let us read the poem to understand more about it. Agony. That is a tale told with difficulty. To whom do they belong, forest, land, or earth? So here he is asking, this is a tale. This is a tale which is told with difficulty. To whom do they belong? It is a question. ആരോടാണ് അവർ ചേരേണ്ടത്? To whom do they belong? Is it to the forest? Is it to the land? Or is it to the earth? Earth means അടുപ്പ്. Okay. നമ്മുടെ പാചകം ചെയ്യുന്ന അടുപ്പ്. Okay. On a wrinkled face and a famished body. So these people to whom he is addressing the poem is having a wrinkled face and a famished body. So, we have learned earlier in the introduction that the poem is about a lady, an old lady from the Dalit community who is striving hard to get her basic amenities. So, here he is asking, on a wrinkled face and a famished body, to whom does this face and this body belong? The tricolor stings like a venomous asp. Venomous asp is insect. Now the tricolor is the flag. The Indian flag is biting like a venomous insect. What is the meaning of that? It means that even if the Indian tricolor is telling about the social integrity, the fraternity, and the equality among the people in the nation, yet you can see that these are all only in the papers. The Dalit community is always striving hard to come up to the society who is looking down upon them. The tricolor stings like a venomous asp. I need food, I need water, I need shelter amongst my people. The old woman crouches slowly. Now, this is regard to an old woman. The old woman is saying, I need food, I need water, I need shelter among my people. My people means among the nation. I also need the basic amenities. I am also a living being just like others. I must also be treated like equal. Okay. So the old woman crouches. Crouches. What is the meaning of crouch? Crouch is a way in which the knees and shoulders are bent. Kuni nadakka. Okay. She is crouching slowly to the closed ration shop with her stick. Okay, she's crouching slowly. She's moving slowly to the closed ration shop with her stick. Now the next line, I'm sorry, it is not warm, it is one. Okay, one moment of pause. She gasped for breath in the sweltering heat. So there is a lot of heat of the sun. The heat is too much for her. And therefore, after walking a bit, she just waits. She takes in a deep breath and then she starts to walk again. She starts to crouch again. She's also having a walking stick. Okay. She gasped for breath in the sweltering heat. Gasp means she is looking or she is waiting to get the breath inside. She gasps, she plunges, she insists on getting some air into her lungs. Okay. Her BPL card blurred by sweat. Now she is holding a BPL card. What is a BPL? Below poverty line. Okay. She is from a impoverished household or from a back. She is from a too underprivileged household or a very poor household, and therefore she is having a BPL card, and her BPL card is blurred by the sweat. She may be holding the BPL card under her arms. Armpits എവിടെയാ? കക്ഷം. കക്ഷത്തിൻ്റെ അവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ടായിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പം ഈ വടിയും കുത്തി നടക്കുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് മേ ബി ദ റീസൺ വൈ ദ ലെറ്റേഴ്സ് ഓൺ ദ BPL card is blurred. Blurred means it is faded, blurred by sweat. She is sweating too much due to the heat. She is a sketch in black and white of a poor forlorn soul. Now the poet says that the old woman, she is a sketch, she is a painting, she is a drawing in black and white. She is not having much of a colorful life with her, because her life is all shaded with black and white, and therefore she is a sketch in black and white of a poor forlorn soul. Forlorn means alone. Of a poor forlorn soul. She is a poor alone soul, and she is a representative of another group of people who are always underprivileged. Trudging an aimless path with moistened eyes. What does it mean by trudging? Moving. Trudging on aimless path. She is having an aimless path. She doesn't have any aim. The path which leads her is not having any kind of aim in her. The path is always leading somewhere, but she doesn't have any aim where to go. Trudging an aimless path with moistened eyes. Why is her eyes moistened? Maybe because she has cried. Okay. The arid land around her promises ruin. The arid, what does I mean by the arid? The arid means the dry land around her promises ruin, because there is always ruins everywhere. It is not greenery that you see there, because her sketch itself is drawn in black and white. It is not colorful, and you can see that there is not even a grass or a greenery around her. Everything that is around her is dry. The environment is dry. And what is the meaning of a dry environment? It means that the environment itself is not being taken care of. There is not farming, or there is no cultivation. Okay, everything is in ruins. Air is sick and the early evening moon. Now the air is sick. Okay, the air is sick means it may be polluted. And the early evening moon. The early evening moon is there. A beguiling dream of forbidden pleasures. Yeah, the early evening moon. It is very charming. Beguiling ennu vechanal charming. It is also a charming dream of forbidden pleasures. The moon is having a charming dream of forbidding pleasures. Of yesteryears now returns to sting. This lady was once young, and then during those times maybe she had somebody to take care. She had somebody to take care of her, and that person might have died, and that is why she is aged and she is going looking for something like food and water. Okay, and this particular moon is showing the kind of love, the kind of frolicky days, the kind of happy days that she had during her younger maidenhood. Okay, so a beguiling dream of forbidden pleasures of yesteryears now returns to sting. So yesteryears, yesterdays എന്ന് കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. What is meant by yesteryears? The past years. The memories of the past years have come to sting her. കുത്തി നോവിക്കാൻ വരുന്നു. Time ticks by and old soul forlorn. Time ticks by. Time moves forward. Time ticks by and old soul forlorn. An old soul is there, and that soul is forlorn. Who is the old soul? The old soul is the old woman. Fights with needs. What are the needs? The basic amenities. She always, every day is a fight for her, because she always has to find some way to find the food and water for her survival. Of rice, of hearth, of clothing. So what are the needs that are mentioned here? The fights with needs of rice, of hearth. Rice എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അരി മാത്രം കിട്ടിയാൽ മതിയോ? ഇല്ല, അടുപ്പിൽ വെച്ച് വേവിച്ച് ചോറാക്കണം. അപ്പം ഓഫ് റൈസ്, ഓഫ് ഹെർത്ത്. ഓഫ് ഹെർത്ത് മീൻസ് ദ അടുപ്പ്. പിന്നെ ഓഫ് ക്ലോത്തിങ്, ഷീ നീഡ്സ് ക്ലോത്തിങ്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൾസോ ദ ബേസിക് അമ്യൂണിറ്റി. Of festive frivolities. What is meant by frivolities? Frivolity means the lack of seriousness. So of festive, lack of seriousness in holy mad splash of colors between dream and reality. Of course, there are days in which Holi is being celebrated, and this Holi is called as the festival of colors. And in this particular day, you can see there is always the splashing of colors. The colors are being put on the faces of others. But when these colors are put on the faces of the others, yet you can see that there is a vast difference between the dream and the reality. The Holi for her is like a dream of colors. Okay, but reality, what is the reality? The reality is that she is always sketched in black and white, and because she needs to hunt for her basic amenities. Falls the shadow of pestilence of the gradual decay in the ramshackle frame.